since linseed oil has a different refractive index from air.
Okay, let's
The
start.
beam of light acts the same way as it does when it hits a sheet of glass. A percentage of the light is reflected at the boundary surface between the air and the film of linseed oil.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Send
So
tweet.
we have seen that a beam of light is bent when it enters a transparent material.
It's that dream where I'm late
But
to
the
class and
amount it is bent
unprepared.
depends
And also
on its
uninterested.
color or wavelength. A prism inserted in a beam of white light not only bends the beam, but bends each color to a different degree, giving us the familiar spectrum.
This is the Pink Floyd effect.
The index of glass being highest for violet light and lowest for red, we can see then that the violet is bent at the greatest angle, while the red at the other end is bent the least.
Wow, that is
We
almost
also
interesting.
find that there is a difference in the intensity of the individual colors, depending on what kind of light is passing through the prism.
Light your spliffs now.
In the case of an ideal white light, all the colors would be equally intense.
Hey, don't all sides me, boomer.
With light from the sky, these colors are more intense. And the spectrum of light from a tungsten lamp results in these colors being the more intense.
Yeah, they really need to take it
Here
down a
is
notch.
colored material, a sheet of red glass.
Welcome to Drama
It will
Club.
be easier to understand the behavior of the light now if we think of it as composed of the spectral colors, which are actually inherent in it. This instrument, the spectrophotometer, can measure precisely the amount of light absorbed by a given material at all points in the spectrum, and the amount of light which will be transmitted.
Can I just get my photos,
The whole
please?
concept of mass production, in fact, would be impossible if we could not control the matching of the coloring materials used in practically all phases of our everyday life, and if we did not understand this process of selective absorption.
It's totes
For
absorbs.
now we know that the pigments in these coatings produce the effect of color in the same way as the colored glass. They are absorbing some colors selectively and transmitting others.
That's racist.
And they are acting in the same way as did the transparent ground glass suspended in a transparent vehicle.
Like the Pope Mobile?
In fact, let us think of this pigment as red glass, finely ground and incorporated in a similar transparent vehicle.
Pontiac Ghost?
The same red glass through which we passed a beam of light a moment ago.
Let's say it was broken by a
Although this
ninja.
beam appears to the eye as white light, we now realize that it is actually composed of the 5 basic spectral colors.
A rainbow of fruit
We will
flavors.
see that each of the ground particles of red glass acts in the same way as when they were all together and forming a solid sheet of red glass.
I don't believe you.
In other words, each particle has the property of transmitting red rays freely and of absorbing all other rays.
Even original
That
rays?
is, all the colors but the red will be absorbed by the red particles, and only the red rays will be able to penetrate downward through the transparent vehicle.
Wonder Woman's plane?
Now, if, as we have shown, the pigment has the same refractive index as the vehicle, no reflection will take place.
Oh, vampire
This
style.
means that the red rays will continue unobstructed and undeviated until they strike the surface on which the film has been spread.
It's a low-fat
If
snack.
that surface is white, the red rays will bounce back up through the film again and into the air.
Look out!
And we will have a transparent red.
Now you can decode the hidden
If,
message.
however, the refractive index of the pigment is not the same as that of the vehicle, and if there are enough particles, all of the original red beam will be reflected before it has had a chance to reach down to the surface.
This is Blue Blocker's technology.
This film will be opaque, and the original color of the surface, white, will have no bearing on the color the eye would see, red.
Oh, I'm seeing red all right.
Now let's see what happens when we mix colored inks.
You're a madman.
The color yellow is first printed on a white page.
Is this Minions related?
Then, on top of it, a blue-green color, cyan blue.
Look, I just need a logo for my band, okay? Not a master's degree in
Most
chromatology.
people assume that blue-green and yellow will make green. But actually, since no color can be made where it didn't exist before, it is more accurate to say these two colors leave green.
All right.
In other words, the
get
green
it.
was not produced by magic.
What?
There was some green in the yellow to begin with, and some in the blue-green, or cyan. But now, how can we tell what kind of green we will get?
Type in the hex code.
Can we be sure if we will get this green,
Hulk green,
this green,
Gumby green,
or this,
Kermit green,
or this,
broccoli? I don't
or
know.
this? This happens to be the right green for this particular blue-green and this particular yellow. But the point is, we can accurately predict which green it will be out of the thousands of different kinds of green there are by means of the reflectance curves for the original blue, green, and yellow.
If you say so, dude. It's your movie.
First, let us find out what is happening. As we have seen, the cyan ink will absorb the yellow and the red rays before they reach the yellow ink. But it will transmit the violet, the blue, and the green rays.
No HD
The
DVD?
yellow ink, however, will, as we know, absorb the violet and the blue rays, transmitting only the green rays. That is
this going to be on the
allowing
test?
them to strike
Wait a minute.
the white surface of
I'm
the
not a
paper
student.
and bounce
Why the
back
hell am I
up into
watching
the
this?
air. What we finally see then is the color green where the blue and yellow inks overlap.
All right, this is where it's going to get really
And
interesting,
we can
guys.
tell
I can just tell.
exactly what shade of green it
It's
will
about to
be
get really,
by
really
translating this
interesting
information into the
right
form of a
now.
graph.
Don't! Thank you for watching. Fun with Shorts is made possible by Patreon and viewers like these. For as little as $1 per video, you can see early and exclusive shorts. Also, please check out the newly updated funwithshorts.com for the latest video downloads, DVDs, and, at long last, merch. Okay, that's the end. Bye.